will never knock.
Hello and welcome to yet another exciting segment of your program, Clean Slate, on your darling station, Abuja City TV. On today's segment of the program, we shall be discussing the scourge of drug abuse in our contemporary Nigeria. My name is Alvin Itiokosu, and in the studio today is Bobola Richard, who will be throwing light on the scourge of drug abuse in our contemporary Nigeria and the consequences it has on the youth in our society. Mr. Bobola, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Alvin.
How was the weekend?
It was beautiful, as you can see.
Okay, you look good.
And you too.
Okay.
You're not bad.
All right, so to start with, let's get to know what is drug. Mr. Bobola, what can you tell us about drug? What is drug?
Well, I think you're taking me back to school right now. Yeah, drug is a substance that we take. Let me say to to kill pains in our system. That drug is a medicine we take to subside pains in our system.
Okay, so can you enumerate just a few drugs you know about?
Okay, like you know, we're in a country whereby everything is around you. Drugs like let's say tutolin,
Benylin,
nicotine, cannabis, heroin, cocaine, stuff like that.
Benzodiazepine.
Thank you very much. So these are the drugs that you know, one way or the other, they are the AIs in some of the drugs that are being produced by the pharmaceutical companies in Nigeria.
Okay, that's a very good one there from Bobola Richard.
Thank you.
So, what are the what does it mean to abuse drug?
Yeah, I think to abuse drug is like the excessive intake of drugs leads to drug abuse. Like for instance, now a doctor gives you a prescription of 2 paracetamol in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 at night, just for, let's say, pains or whatever, or aches to get out of your system. But it will shock you that some people will come out and tell you that, according to my system, two
would not do.
The prescription will not be okay for me, so I need to take like 3 or 4. So automatically, it's already a drug abuse, and majority of people does that.
Okay.
So I think that's just the perfect example. Thank you very much. Because that is where it starts from. You will see someone now that will tell you, okay, normally tutolin that has AI of codeine.
Okay.
They will tell you that, okay, this thing, just take it. Just maybe maybe you are having cough.
Sedative.
Thank you very much. Before you know, they will tell you that if you take this medicine, you are going to sleep or something like that. Maybe some drowsiness may occur, stuff like that. They will tell you, no. Just take 10 ml of it.
And
they will tell you like, okay, I want to drink the whole bottle simply because it's sweet.
And then some people take drug as a way of escapism. Maybe they are undergoing stress, pressure, or they have issues they want to escape from. They just take it. Maybe this sedative you just mentioned, they take it to forget about those worries.
Irrespective of any reason, or irrespective of reasons anyone wants to say is taking drugs, immediately the drugs finishes what it's doing. With the situation still not remain the same.
To the same reality.
That's the truth. So as far as I'm concerned, there is no reason at all. Though it's very genuine to them, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just an excuse. It's just an excuse.
So, Bobola, what would you say are the effects or the consequences of drug abuse on youths in contemporary Nigeria?
The consequences, the effects are just they are numerously devastating. That's the truth. It could lead to what's it called? Liver damage. It could lead to kidney problems. It could lead to heart failure. It could lead to brain damage. Eventually, it will lead to death.
Okay.
That one is sure.
And then, of course,
sorry, I want to cite an example. In my area, in Abuja here, there is a particular guy. They call the guy TK, Tanko. You know, in our adage, they normally say that a madman is good for an entertainment, but no one wishes to give birth to a madman.
Yes.
So there was a day I actually dug deeper into actually, because we were thinking maybe his problem happened to be a spiritual problem. But eventually when we got into that, we realized it wasn't a spiritual problem at that. He actually followed some guys out. His guys precisely. And they were like, okay, guy, we are all guys. Okay, let's take something. And in his life, he has never smoked nor drunk in his life. And he was like, you are our guy now. Please, take.
So that's...
so he took a sip once.
Peer pressure.
Yeah. Once. No, it's not enough. Okay, this is sweet too. He took the second one, he took the third, he took the fourth one. That's how the guy became a chronic. And before you know, it boomed to another thing. I can tell you with every certainty now that this guy is a madman roaming on the street of Abuja.
And then that takes us to the consequences of drug abuse
Yes.
to the society.
Yes.
Or on the society.
Yes.
Because these people, the drug addicts, now become a menace
Yeah.
to the society.
Yeah.
I think a couple of years ago, Federal Medical Center recorded a good number of accident cases on the highways, which it's related to drug abuse,
Yeah.
drug-induced accidents.
Yeah.
What's your perspective about that?
I think that one too is another thing that needs to be checked. In fact, in all the parks in Nigeria. It is in Nigeria you will see a driver that is about to embark on a journey.
And then he goes to take
And
alcohol.
and in all of the parks in Nigeria, that's where you see people selling it.
Yes.
Say, come and take this, come and take that. I could remember there was a day I was actually, what's it called? Like, why do you guys normally drive anyhow whenever you are on the expressway? And it was like, sir, whenever we're driving, these small cars are just like ants. I was like, wow, ant, how? Is it because you're driving a tanker? It's not, it's because of... And then when it gets to Abuja, it wouldn't sleep. You will have to go back again. They will take something, and along the line, you see them doing so many things on the way. So even some drivers had to stop by. I say, okay, please let me take some. We'll have to go by the bush side, maybe taking cigarettes or try to do one or two things to enhance his performance on steering. So when you look at all of this, you realize that no, it's uncalled for. So I think government needs to come in and make sure that, especially those ones that are selling all those things in the park, so they need to be checked.
So Richard, if proceeding from your analysis,
Yeah.
you said drug abuse is when a particular prescription with a particular dosage and he goes
Against it. Yeah.
Now, what would you say in terms of cannabis, or for cannabis, we there is no dosage, right? And no medical doctor will ask you to take cannabis.
Yeah.
So what would you say in terms of cannabis? Okay.
You understand now? So it's as a result of wrong usage. You can see a child, or sorry to use that word, a young man or a young lady of 18, 20 years smoking cannabis, and you say it's doctor's prescription. No, it's not. So I think it's the wrong usage of drugs.
Okay, now that takes us to causes of drug abuse, you know,
Okay.
we have like 4 agents of socialization.
Yeah.
We have the family, we have the school, we have the church, and then we have peer pressure.
Yeah.
You know, peer group rather.
Yeah.
So some of the behavioral pattern of a child is determined by the peer group he keeps. How would you say these agents of socialization shape the behavioral pattern of a child in the society, positively or negatively?
In that regard, I would say yes and no. Yes and no in the sense that the agents of socialization, as you rightly said, they are actually trying their best, but the best is yet to come. Why do I say yes and no is they are trying their best to impact the positive aspect, and at the same time, they are being negligent in the line of their duties. Why do I say that? In school today, you realize that someone, father, becoming worse, and that, or you see the religious bodies. I mean, to the body of, let me say, the imams, the pastors. You see them,
Religious leaders.
yeah, the religious leaders. You see their kids being wayward. Then if there is this popular man now, he's a man of God in Abuja. He's a pastor, one of the popular ones in Abuja.
Okay.
Gwagwalada precisely.
Okay.
This man had to leave his home for his son.
Okay. That takes us to the popular saying, "Charity begins at home."
Thank you very much.
So it begins from
what actually happened was, though, you know, it was good initially. The boy would go to school, would come back, he's a good boy, you know, everything. But all of a sudden, things changed. Being good with guys, peer group,
yeah.
everything, they were doing fine. Next, we realized he started smoking. And the father will come to the altar and say, oh ye men of children of God, thou shalt do this, thou shalt not do that. Between God and man, I'm not actually mocking. I'm only setting an example. You understand now? And eventually it got to a certain state that the guy became another thing entirely.
Yeah, wayward.
You understand now?
Yeah.
Smokes, he drinks. In fact, leave the entire area council for him and moved into Amak just to save his face. So when you look at this, that okay, these are religious bodies. Same example goes to some imams too.
Yes.
You understand now? So when you look at this, you realize that though they are actually trying their best, really,
Yeah,
but
actually,
the best is yet to come.
just a very quick one. You know, looking at the family, some children have actually undergone good training under good parental tutelage, but you know, sometimes they find themselves amongst, you know, very bad company, especially in schools, you know, because that's what is called peer pressure. Sometimes they see their friends or their classmates indulging in certain behaviors that is not quite acceptable in the society. But because they want to be like them, because they want to be, you know, also acknowledged as a big boy or big girl in school or campus, they tend to also toe the same line. Would you say the parents have actually failed to give them, you know?
It's quite different from yours. It's quite different from yours. When you were growing, it could be dealt with at any slightest thing, right?
Even the Bible.
Spare the rod, right?
Yeah, spare the rod and
Okay.
spoil the child.
Okay, nice one. You understand now, but you realize that so many parents today will even ask you to. They are not even there for the kids in the first place. Okay, imagine the two parents, that's the father and the mother now, going to their what's it called? Going out to fend for the family.
Yes,
You know, as in going to their various offices. Then they will have to take the kids to school, from school maybe to lesson, then from lesson to daycare. before they could even pick them up, possibly at night or in the evening. You understand now? So when you look at all of this, you realize, back in those days when we were being brought up, somebody must be home to take care of the kid, usually the wife, or let me say the mothers. You understand now? And that's why when you are growing up, you have to cut like this, I'm done for. The training will be ringing in your brain. I visited the home where the child, a child of 6-7 years old, telling his mother, "Mommy, shut up. Don't be silly, mom." I don't know if you understand. So when you look at this, I dare not say that to my parents when I was growing up. That day, maybe they will seize my food from me. You understand now? So in all of this,
there are so many ways of punishing a child for exhibiting some sort of wrong behavior.
And when that kid told his mom, "Don't be silly, mom," to him it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah,
you understand? It's just a child. So as soon as he say just a child, but they are forgetting. We are forgetting what it is. We are all Africans. You understand now? What applies over there in abroad does not work here.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
This is an African.
So we have to come
setting.
up with African setting. A comedian, I think Sheyila also, joked about something. And he said while he was in abroad, there was a day, I think the kid did something and he wanted to just say, "Dad, if you touch me now, I will call the cops on you." Say, "Hey, is that so?" He said he got scared so that they wouldn't take the custody of this thing from him. Then he now said, "Okay, Junior, come here. December is approaching. Let's go." He said, "I want to go and visit grandma." I said, "No problem."
I think I also listened to
you understand now? As soon as he came down to Nigeria, the first thing he did, he gave him knock on his head. This is Nigeria.
This is Nigeria.
"I will call the cop. Go and call the cop. Cop will even be the one to beat you first." You understand now? So this is an African setting. That thing seemed like a joke, really, but it was actually family. The society is already bad.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand now? So I think the parents now needs to wake up. If they are being trained in such a way that they were able to stand upright in the society, they should be able to inculcate that same behavior into their kids.
Children. A very good one there from Bobola Richard.
Thank you very much.
So very quickly moving on, we like to know in our contemporary Nigeria today.
Wow.
Is it negative? Is it positive? What is the place of the social media in influencing the youth of Nigeria today?
So if you ask me, though social media has its advantages
and disadvantages as well.
But if you ask me, in my own opinion, I think the disadvantages far outweighs the advantages.
Okay.
Yeah.
The disadvantages, you said, far outweighs the advantages.
Now, if you look at online today, how many people making money online? And social media this time around. Then how many people or how many lives are being destroyed? Where the two? You realize that the ones that are being destroyed are even higher than the ones that are gaining. Agencies, for it, to the youths, they have to start coming up with contents that will help them. For instance, I got to understand that TikTok in China is not the same as TikTok in Nigeria. They said, if you go to China today, Nigeria TikTok or African TikTok will not open in China. What they will be opening to them is innovations, creative ideas.
Exactly.
You understand now? But in Nigeria, come to Nigeria, you'll be seeing different kind of things on TikTok, on Facebook, what have you. You understand now? So if those people that actually made that thing are using it to, right? It's also called cannabis, right?
Yes, cannabis.
Some states are being protected. The youth are